Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the RoBuilder YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be making a UGC item, not for ourselves, but for my friend Packstabber, and he's offered to pay me 50,000 Robux for this hat. Now, before we get into it, because I've done videos like this before, where I say a crazy price, and then build something, and boom, people are always like, bro, it's just a hat, it's not worth that much. I agree. I definitely agree with you guys. A singular asset, pretty much, I can't think of any singular asset that would be worth 50k, but the reason he's paying so much is he wants the exclusive rights of selling this. Like, I won't be uploading it, I won't be getting a percentage of profits when it's on the catalog or anything like that, but he's asked me to make pretty much a domino crown with computer parts, and these are the three that he's given me. He's also given me a couple images, and I told him I'm not that comfortable doing this. I'm really not that comfortable because I'm horrible at a realism. But let me go ahead and show you guys some of the images he gave me. Before we get started, we have this. Yeah, so the RAM sticks over here, the 3090 in the middle, and then the CPU. Okay, so there's horrible drawing, and I was like, bro, I still don't understand. And then he said, I'll build one in studio. So that's what we have here. Let me get that image. Here's the one in studio. So it's a domino crown basically with a 3090 CPUs over there, and then the RAM sticks over here. I'm not comfortable, but we're gonna try it anyways, guys. So I think the two hardest parts of this, number one, I have to make my own texture for it, because I can't just use the color grid, considering he wants text and like RGB and all this kind of stuff. And two, these are kind of detailed parts, and you have to stay within that UGC requirement range. So I think a 6-sided cylinder is what we're gonna go with. 6, there we go. And I'm just gonna kind of, let's see, we can rotate. We'll probably put it like this. Oh, it's close. I want it to be like there we go. I think that's pretty good right there. All right, so we have this will be like the base for the crown, and I feel like I'm going to be over detailing a lot of stuff. Let me bring this down, put it about right here. We can scale it down, probably like this. All right, and we need to delete the top and the bottom faces, just like this. All right, delete the faces. We can add a loop cut in the middle, scale it out, so we have more of a crown type shape. This might need to be a little bigger as well. Sure, we'll do something like this for now. And then we're going to add a modifier, solidify, right there, and just drag this kind of up a good bit. So I'll do it like that, 0.12, apply, and then I'm going to go back into here, grab this inner line, and scale it in. And now we have our crown shape, and only 36 verts. We're doing pretty good. But that's definitely not the hard part. I am going to have to think about how I want to do this stuff. The CPU, probably going to be pretty easy, so I guess I'll do that first. Alright guys, if you thought I had this in the bag previously, here's the CPU. Now you might be like, bro, that model is very simple. And yes, you're correct. I'm trying to keep this the lowest poly count as possible. And I gotta still figure some things out. I may add like a little more of a bevel on this, just to make it look a little bevel, huh? A little better? No? Okay, bad dad joke. Anyways, I'm gonna have everything straight, because when I texture, I'll be making images like these in Photoshop, getting all of them onto the right canvas size, and then I'll be texturing. Up next, I'm doing the RGB stick, I think, simply because, bro, this, I genuinely have no idea. I have no idea how I'm gonna start it, but the CPU anyway, it's beautiful. Look at it. Perfect. Up next, though, this RGB stick, oh yikes, we're gonna be gaining up the vert count very fast. Yo, this one took a little bit longer, but I think it turned out pretty alright. I'm not going into edit mode because until I clean up the geometry, which I'll be doing last, it's not a great look, okay? But no one's gonna see the geometry anyways when it's all said and done. So I think it's looking pretty good. I had to, oh god, the geometry, dude. It doesn't look the best, but I think it looks really good for what it is. All that's left is the RTX 3090, and I'm pretty excited. And then we have to make a texture, which I am horrified of. I genuinely, oh, I'm scared. But the good news is, as of right now, for all 3 of these items, we're only at 314 verts, and we can go up to 1,200. So I'm trying to make everything as simple as possible to begin with, and then we can add details later. He's also wanting wires wrapped around like everything. I don't know if that's even going to be possible with the vert count that we have, but I'm going to see what I could do, and that's another reason I'm trying to keep everything super simple. Okay, so now we're at 2,700 verts, which, yeah, that's way past our little limit here, and it's just because of this fan. I wasn't sure the best way to do it, so I kind of subdivision surfaced it, and I guess you don't need it on both sides, so half of them could be going away. Like, we could delete these ones, and we would just have, like, this set of fans towards the outside. And maybe I'll center them. So let's just grab this and do ++, and we will move it in a little bit, a little more, turn off proportional, something like this, guys. And then we'll just do L, 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 grab all of this stuff, perfect, and put it towards the center. That will cut down on the verts a little bit, and we're just really hoping for the best. Now it's 1,400. I'll probably be decimating the fan things as well. And, yikes, I'm gonna just get this where it needs to be, vert-wise, and then I need to start making the texture, which is gonna be painful, I'd imagine. Pretty painful. Alright, so I've ran through a couple different ideas for texturing. Now, of course, we can't use any branding, so I will have to remove all of that as well, and replace it with, like, Roblox stuff, so I'll ask him what he wants me to do with that. But this 256 by 256 canvas size is really crippling. Like, it is not fun, but it's okay. We're gonna just try. Now this, I want to add a green overlay to it, just like this. Turn that down, something like that, so it matches more to this color. That's the goal. I think that's at least better. It has like a hint of blue, so I'm trying to just make it green. There we go. And let's just make all of this a smart object. And now we need to start rebranding. So he said he wants this to say RBX 4090. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take this spot healing tool, and we're just going to kind of do one of these. There we go. Very beautiful, very helpful tool. And we're going to make that say RBX 4090. RBX 4090. There we go. Now we got to kind of center that a little bit. Right there should be good. And we got to make it white. I do think it needs to be a little tinted towards gray to match a little better. It is very blurry, but that's because Roblox only lets us work with 256 by 256. But there we go. It's not as blurry when you zoom out. Up next, he wants this changed to G skull. Or no, R_skull. I don't think our spot healing tool is going to work too well on that one. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Because it's sort of a gradient as well. This is going to be a little... I'm going to just try. Okay, so new idea here, guys. What I'm going to do is grab all of this and cut it out. Perfect. And then I want to add these as well. Nice. And add this last one as well. Now I'm going to do a layer via copy. Go onto this. Do a gradient overlay. All right, we're going to want to go for, like, red. No. Ew, these are gross. Let's go for a blue. And we want it to be pretty bright. And then this side, we're going to change to a red. And now we're going to change this to, like this. 0. And it's kind of there. We need to add more colors in the gradient. All right, got that done. Now we're going to take this RBX 4090, do Control J to duplicate, move it on up to here, make it a little bit smaller, and change that to R_skull. Just like that. Oh my gosh, this is not going too good. Also, they make those black, so we need to change the color right here. Perfect. And for this part, I'm going to try to spot heal it to get rid of the other branding. Not too bad. Up next, the CPU. This should be, like, really easy for spot healing because it's just gray. Yeah, pretty simple. And then the back of this as well is just green, so it should be fine. Perfect. Does he want any text on the CPU? He just said, make it say CPU. All right, I got you, bro. All right, so, we could try this. I do want to go over a couple other things that I did. We have a red and blue splotch right here. Those will be the wire colors if I'm able to add them. And then we have a kind of coppery color splotch, and that will be for like the end of the wires to end them off, make it look hopefully a little more aesthetically pleasing. Anyways, we could probably hop on in. I'm debating whether or not I want to simplify this stuff, like down here, replacing this like ugly pin look. We could grab the lightest color right there and then add our own boxes onto them, which I think I'm actually gonna do. We don't want any angle. There we go. And then Control J. And this is gonna make it more of that cartoon aesthetic, which definitely fits my fancy a lot more, as well as more of the Roblox catalog style. I feel like people don't really want the super realistic stuff on their avatar. So let's see how this goes. It's definitely gonna be a little process. Back into Blender, and away goes our color grid, guys. I know, sad times are upon us. And here is our texture. So a lot of this, I should be able to do a nice project from view. I am gonna join all of these together. There we go. And add on our textures. So image texture, there we go. And domino text. Here we go, guys. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. I mean, hey, you win some and you lose some, but it's looking like this one's a W. Can't even lie. Turned out pretty good, I'd have to say. Up next, we got the little trident card here, or the R skull, with some pretty mad geometry, which I promise will be cleaned up, guys. You just gotta give me a little time. Let's go like this is looking almost there, and we're gonna have to stretch the back part here. Just these. Look at it, guys. The R skull looks pretty decent. I did sort of mess up on these guys, so let me try to fix that up a little bit, because I did make them bigger just because I thought it would look cooler, and that might have been my bad, but we're gonna fix it up. Go to our face select mode, drag these down and over, so the color goes for the entirety instead of having that white top. Just like that, guys. It'd be so cool if we could work with more than 256 by 256, but for now, hey, we understand. Up next, CPU. So this one has a front and back, so if we go like this, we see that it's a CPU, but on the back side, we don't want it to be the same thing. So we're gonna do this, and just kind of grab and drag this over to here, and then resize it a bit, so it fits our fancy. Let's switch to our line select mode, and just make it not white anywhere. Just like that, guys. So now we have a RBX 4090, a R skull, and a CPU. Now for the crown itself, we'll just do AS and 0, and I'm gonna make that sort of... Ooh, what if we made it the same texture as this? That might be kind of cool. You project from view, and just kind of put it on some of that texture, so it still looks a little cool. I'm gonna do S and Z, S and Y, my bad, and that should make that a little more defined, a little bit. Now let's get everything placed how it goes on here. I know this video's so long. Alright, so I just sent Packstabber what we have so far, and he's loving it, but we do need to change the bottom of this, the crown part, and he wants that to be made out of wires? I have no clue the best way to do this, because I just feel like to get a smooth wire look, it's gonna be a lot of vertices, and we only have 153 more that we can use, so, I'm kind of worried here. I genuinely don't know the best way to do this. Oh man, with lots of struggling, trying to figure out what's going on, and a little bit of help from my friend Darkside, we finally have sort of a ring of wires, which is going to make this look a lot better in comparison. Now we do need to go through, and we will need to shrink this stuff a bit, and all that good stuff, and we'll need to go through and get the verts down, because we're at 2,400 now instead of 1,200, and that won't be the worst thing. I can click lines like this. Let's just try this actually, and we will do dissolve edges. Now we're at 1,800, and we didn't really lose any quality, so we're doing that. And then of course I'm gonna color these all a little bit differently. Let's go ahead and grab this one. Did he make these one piece? I did have to have Darkside make the wire, because I couldn't figure out how to get it to twirl, but I think he made it one piece. It'd be very hard to texture that. All right, after much discussion with Packstabber and just trying to figure out what we want to do, overall with this model, I think we're just about done. He said he wants the CPU smaller. This wire, I've decided we're going to make it kind of go into their head a little bit, which is a little sloppy, but there's not much I can do. If we look here, we're at 1,199 verts, which means we have 1 to spare. Now, he said he wants the CPU a lot smaller, so I'm doing that right now. But this is it. This is the model, guys. And I hope it sells well for him. I had fun making it for sure. But I think that is going to wrap up today's video. If you guys did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.